guest of honor, Dr. Benedict Hung, our dear PYP community, which includes our parents, our teachers, members of the school management, and our students, a very good morning to all of you who have gathered here. And it brings me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this annual presentation by the IBPYP. Today's presentation is by the grades, the one you are going to watch now is by grades 1, 2, and 3. As you all know, annual day presentations are an important part of our academic calendar, and it is a very important tradition that we have at GIIS. And we all take a lot of pride in preparing and presenting for this every year. And this happens to be, we have been conducting it in small groups, and this presentations that we are having today happens to be the last of this academic year, last part of the academic year, and by coincidence, we are also moving into the last week of this academic session, which ends in the next week. Now, this year has been very exciting for our students, and we as educators, we are so proud to see the high levels of engagement that our students have been involved with. We got lots and lots of opportunities to learn from them. Sometimes, as Manju and me would reflect, it has been very joyful and rewarding to see those high levels of logical thinking skills, the way they understand the abstract ideas, make it relevant for themselves. Sometimes, some of their thought-provoking ideas have been borrowed by us, adults, in many scenarios. Every day we see them learning to use their special power. And that special power, according to me, it's a combined choice. The choice to take those meaningful actions and also to see the results of those decisions that they've made. And I strongly believe that it is because of that curriculum, that PYP curriculum that they are in. And this has enabled them to achieve this at such a young age. And parents, you also deserve all the credit for allowing those students to come up and give those opportunities to explore. Our students have been participating in different events, and they've won laurels from the school. For example, the Real World Challenge, the representation from primary has been from the PYP group of students. They won prizes in the Global Excellence Day. You have all been part of the UN Day celebrations that we've been having. And everywhere, wherever it is they are involved, we get, as adults also, we've been learning immensely from them. And we are proud of our students, and we know that they will continue to achieve more and more, and with all the support that we together give them. Now, we will continue in our effort to help them imbibe good moral values and ethics, and we will also help them to grow and become global leaders of the future. Today we have, as I mentioned earlier, we have two shows. The first one, and from the names you would have gathered that this is about the trip that the children are going to take us. I'm sure most of you are already ready to see how the chocolate factory works. First performance by our PYPians, and the second one is by grade 4 and 5. And some of you who may have children in the second show may need to wait a little longer, but I'm sure you wouldn't mind that. And what makes the show unique also is that, you will see that everything that is being presented on the stage are well rehearsed, and the children have prepared themselves with a lot of zeal, enthusiasm, and are excitedly looking forward for this presentation. Now, let me take this opportunity to welcome you all. I also it's my pleasure to welcome our guest of honor for this show, Dr. Benedict Hung. A small introduction to Dr. Hung. Dr. Hung is the Senior IB Schools Manager based in at the IB Global Center in Singapore. He has over 20 years of experience in education and has worked in a number of IB continuum schools in Asia and North America. Dr. Benedict has served in various capacities as a mathematics teacher and an administrator, and has held different roles in IB Educator Network. He holds a master's degree in education technology, and his doctoral dissertation is on service learning and global citizenship. He's passionate about supporting IB schools to enrich their programs, particularly focusing on pedagogy and curriculum development. We are delighted to have him here. We are looking forward to listening to you. May I now invite you up here to address this gathering.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, esteemed educators, parents, students of the Global Indian International School. I am honored, very honored today, to be part of your annual Open Day, to have the opportunity to speak to you about the transformative impact of the IB Primary Years Program. The PYP offers a globally minded education that transcends cultural boundaries, preparing students, just like those who are with us today, to become active, compassionate, lifelong learners in this very interconnected world. At the heart of the PYP is a commitment to holistic development, nurturing not only academic excellence, but also personal growth, social skills, emotional intelligence. All these essential skills are so much useful that we need for the 21st century. Central to the PYP is inquiry-based learning, where students are encouraged to ask questions, to question the questions, explore their interest, construct meaningful ways through hands-on experience and authentic investigation. And I believe that we are all today will see a very small glimpse of what they can do in the everyday classrooms. The PYP employs a transdisciplinary approach, breaking down barriers between traditional subjects, fostering interdisciplinary connections that deepen understandings and promote holistic learning. PYP students are active participants in their own learning, with teachers serving as facilitators to guide, to inspire, support them through the quest for knowledge and understanding. And I'm sure all the parents amongst us today would have many, many fruitful discussions with their children around the dinner tables. Through inquiry, analysis, reflections, students in the PYP develop critical thinking skills that enable them to evaluate information, solve problems, and make informed decisions in this ever-changing world. A cornerstone of the PYP is a concept of action and service, inspiring students to apply their learning to real-world issues and make a positive difference to the communities and beyond. Through the international perspective, PYP promotes cultural awareness, empathy, and respect for diversity, fostering a sense of global citizenship, interconnectedness among students. By recognizing the diverse needs and strength of our students, the PYP employ differentiated instructions, tailoring teaching strategies and assessments to meet the unique needs of each student. Talking about assessment, who doesn't like assessments? But PYP assessment is just not like any other kind of assessment. We're not just assessing the knowledge and skills. We actually are looking for feedback, reflections, helping students to grow in the learning process, helping students to take ownership of the learning. The PYP encourages reflective practice, promotes students to think critically about their learning, set goals for improvement, and take ownership of the educational journey. A journey that opens doors, more doors, and even more doors, and fostering more passions and the curiosity of learning that we need so much today. The PYP values the partnership with schools, community, parents, and all other stakeholders. Recognizing the collaboration among everyone is essential to support our students in their learning and well-being. And I think this is very much the reason why we're all here today, to celebrate a milestone, a key stage, a culminating task that our students have achieved here at Global Indian International School. I guess all the lists that I can say can go on and on and on for a long time, but that's not the reason I'm here today. The reason for me here today is not to preach about what makes PYP a good international curriculum, but it is an opportunity for us to really celebrate the achievement of our students. The Global Indian International School empowers your PYP students to become inquisitive, compassionate, principled individuals who are equipped to make a positive difference in the community and in the world, just like the moral of the story that we are about to watch today and to enjoy together this morning. And to that, I congratulate Global Indian International School, particularly the PYP students and teachers, for bringing the core values to them inside and outside the classrooms. It is a true example of what the IB PYP should be like. Thank you.
Welcome, dear guests, to a world of pure imagination and slightly unpredictable cacao concoctions. Our pint-sized performers have toiled tirelessly, perfecting their whimsical wonders to bring you a spectacle of pure imagination. But before our splendid spectacle unfolds, a few wonky words of wisdom. In case of emergency, your golden tickets can be used as flotation devices. Just kidding. Please don't jump into the chocolate river. You'll see why in a while. Just sit tight and you'll be safe. When I say sit tight, I mean tight, real tight. Walking around without the supervision of our Oompa Loompas will not be appreciated. Oh, and if you dare to disrupt the whimsical wonder with your dreaded contraptions, fear not the wrath of the Oompa Loompas. They possess magical phone-snatching powers and may whisk away any device foolish enough to disrupt the chocolatey tranquility. So, guard your gadgets, tuck them away, unwrap your attention, and prepare for a phone-free journey into the fantastical realms of laughter and delight. Speaking of laughter and delight, don't forget to lend us your hands for rhythmic jubilation throughout the journey. The Oompa Loompas have decreed that each clap unleashes a sprinkle of joy and wards off grumpiness. So, let the applause cascade like a chocolate waterfall, and together we'll create an Oompa Loompa-licious symphony of cheer. Get ready for a scrumptious showcase. Let the clapping commence. Oh, what a wonky world!
Willy Wonka, the amazing chocolatier. Willy Wonka, everybody give a cheer. He's not as clever and so smart, he barely can restrain it. But so so much generosity. There was no way to contain it. To contain it. To contain, to contain, to contain. Oh, hooray!
The first golden ticket! People get to go into Wonka's chocolate factory. It was in the paper. The very next day, the first golden ticket was found. The finder was a boy called Augustus Gloop. The evening newspaper carried a large picture of him on the front page. The picture showed a 9-year-old boy who was so enormous. He looked as though he had been blown up by a powerful pump, and his face was like a monstrous ball of dough with two small greedy currently eyes peering upon the world. The town in which Augustus Gloop lived had gone wild with excitement over their hero. Augustus Gloop was their new hero. Flags were flying from all the windows. Children had been given a holiday from school, and a parade was being organized in the honor of the famous youth. I just knew Augustus would find a golden ticket. His mother had told the newspaper man. He eats so many bars of chocolate a day that it was almost impossible for him not to find one. Eating is his hobby, you know. Eating is his hobby, you know. Oompa Loompa, loompa-dee-doo. I was perfect puzzle for you. Oompa Loompa, loompa-dee-dee. Make you a wise. What do you get when you puzzle out trees? Medium, and eat. What are you having terribly fast? What do you think will come? Oompa Loompa, loompa-dee-doo. I was perfect puzzle for you. Oompa Loompa, loompa-dee-dee. Make you a wise. What do you get when you puzzle out trees? Medium, and eat. What are you having terribly fast? What do you think will come? Oompa Loompa, loompa-dee-doo. If you read Oompa, you will live in happiness too. Like the Oompa Loompa, loompa-dee-doo.
Veruca Salt, the little brute, has just gone down the garbage chute, and she will be as she descends a rather different set of
Veronica tantrum. As soon as she told her father that she simply had to have one of those golden tickets, he went into town and started buying all the Wonka candy bars he could lay his hands on. Thousands of them! He bought hundreds of thousands of them. Then he had them loaded onto his trucks and sent directly to his own peanut factory. He's in the peanut business, you see, and he's got about 100 workers selling peanuts for roasting and salting. That's what they do all day long. Those workers, they just sit there shelling peanuts. So he says to them, "Okay, workers, from now on you can stop shelling peanuts and start shelling the wrappers of these candy bars instead." And they did. He had every worker in the place yanking paper off those bars of chocolate. Full then lie for hours on the floor, kicking and yelling in the most disturbing way. Ah! Then suddenly, on the evening of the fourth day, one of his workers yelled, "I've got it! I've got the golden ticket!" And Mr. Saul said, "Give it to me quick!" And he rushed it home and gave it to her, and that's when she was all smart. Finally, the Sauls had a happy home once again. Finally, the Sauls had a happy home once again. Oompa Loompa Loompa-dee-da, I got another puzzle for you. Oompa Loompa Loompa-dee-da, if you are wise and listening. Who do you make when your kid is all back? Blackbird, boy, like a tiny cat. Chasing the kid in the light of day. You know exactly who's who lives. The mother and the father, Oompa Loompa Loompa-dee-da. I got another puzzle for you. Oompa Loompa Loompa-dee-dee. If you are wise and listening. Who do you name when your kid is all back? Blackbird, boy, like a tiny cat. Chasing the kid in the light of day. You know exactly who's who lives. The mother and the father, Oompa Loompa Loompa-dee-da. If you are frozen through Oompa, you will live in happiness too. Like the Oompa Loompa Loompa-dee-doo.
Listen close, listen hard. Feel violet bone. Let's jam girls and sisters around. Chewing, 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 chewing. Chewing, chewing, on and on.
The gum chewer. I'm a gum chewer normally, but when I heard about these sticker things of Mr. Wonka's, I laid off the gum and switched to candy bars in the hope of striking it lucky. Now, of course, I'm right back on gum. I just adore gum. I can't do without it. I munch it all day long, except for a few minutes at meal times, when I take it out and stick it behind my ear for safekeeping. To tell you the honest truth, I simply wouldn't feel comfortable if I didn't have that little wedge of gum to chew on every moment of the day. I really wouldn't. My mother says it's not ladylike and it looks ugly to see a child's jaws going up and down like mine do all the time. But I don't agree. And who is she to criticize anyway? Because if you ask me, I say that her jaws are going up and down almost as much as mine are, just from yelling at me every minute of the day. And now, it may interest you to know that this piece of gum I'm chewing right at this moment is the one I've been working for over 3 months solid. That's a record, that is. It's beaten the record held by my best friend, a gum chewer too. It's my most treasured possession now. This piece of gum is. At night, I just stick it on the end of the bedpost, and it's as good as ever in the morning. Ew! Who needs chocolate when I have gum? Oompa Loompa Loompa-dee-doo, I got another puzzle for you. Oompa Loompa Loompa-dee-dee, if you are wise and listening. Come to it hard and it's nothing of fun. It's all all day long. The whale and the cow. Oompa loompa looparita, in good manners you go far. You will live in happiness too, like the Oompa Loompa looparita. Mr. Wonka was standing all alone inside the open gate of the factory. And what an extraordinary little man he was! He wore a coat made of purple velvet, his trousers were ball green, and his gloves were pearly grey, and in one hand he carried a fine gold-topped walking cane. Covering his chin, there was a neat black beard, and his eyes were marvelously bright. And seemed to be sparkling and twinkling at you all the time. The whole face, in fact, was alive with fun and laughter. And oh, how clever he looked! How quick and sharp and full of life, taking everything in with those bright twinkling eyes. Suddenly, he did a funny little skipping dance in the snow. And felt his eyes burn out. Welcome, my little friends. Welcome to the factory. Now Charlie bakes, everything he bakes, satisfying and delicious. Talk about your childhood wishes. You can even eat the dishes. Oompa loompa loompa-dee-doo, I've got a final puzzle for you. Oompa loompa loompa-dee-dee, if you are wise, you listen to me. There is a problem waiting for you. Not everybody likes telling the truth. Telling the truth, that's a beautiful buzz. Isn't it nice when someone does? It's going contagious. Oompa loompa loompa-dee-doo, I've got a final puzzle for you. Oompa loompa loompa-dee-dee, if you are wise, you listen to me. There is a problem for you. Not everybody likes telling the truth. Telling the truth, that's a beautiful buzz. Isn't it nice when someone does? It's going contagious. Sunrise, who can take the sunrise? Sprinkle it with you, sprinkle it with you. Strawberries, chocolate, and berries over to you. Charlie can, I know that he can. We know that he can, we know that he can. 'Cause the rich and all alone make the world taste good. And the world tastes good 'cause the candy man thinks it's true.
I hope all of you enjoyed that. Short and sweet. Agreed? So I always get to do the most special thing, which is to say thank you. And I can't feel thankful enough as I'm doing today. And as you listen to me, you will know why. But to begin with, I have to thank our guest of honor, Dr. Benedict Hung. What a privilege for us to have him with us. He only recently took over as the IB World School Manager, and our school is one of the schools that he oversees. So for Miss Melissa, Rekha, Deepa Chandrasekhar, they're all here. And I, as the people who dialogue with the IB, this is very, very special to have him here because this is a beginning of a new relationship and it will continue for a while. So thank you so much for coming and thank you. It's such a privilege to have you here, to be honest. Then your words about PYP, you're hearing it from the IB. Right? So parents, I hope you were listening to what he was saying, what the PYP is all about. It is a transformative curriculum. And thank you for sharing that with us. We also look forward to working with you in terms of curriculum development and pedagogy because those are your specialties. So we're looking forward to lots of dialogues with you. Yes, Deepa? Now I want to move on to thank the senior members from our school leadership. Melissa Maria, our principal, Deepika Sodhi, senior academic, head of academics. Sorry, I'll get the designations mixed up a little bit because it keeps changing. Deepa Chandrasekhar, my counterpart, the IB coordinator. Thank you for coming. I also want to say, you saw that joyfulness, our children. Please keep it with them when they come to you. Yes? Don't let them lose that. Great. Great to know that. Great to know that. Because we don't know what happens once they leave us. Rekha, our vice principal, thank you for your support as always. I know the PYP keeps stretching you with their wonkiness. But you have always been very patient, very supportive. And you know, sometimes I see that you have this quizzical look. What are they up to? But most of the time you enjoy it too, right? So thank you. Thank you for your support. Now I'm going to get a little serious. I might even get a little emotional. That's why I'm not my usual self today. Because for me personally, this dream started a long, long time ago. When my son, you know, about 20 years ago, he fell in love with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And during those many sessions that, you know, we would read the book, I would read to him, and then we would read the book together. I slowly started to develop this fantasy that someday maybe he would be chosen to be Charlie in the Charlie and Chocolate Factory musical. So this became a desire of mine. Yeah, so over 20 years ago, this dream of my scrawny little boy being Charlie in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that dream started. So I started dropping hints to his teachers, but it really never worked out. The scrawny boy grew up. He took part in many theater productions, to be honest, The Animal Farm, Lord of the Flies. He was a IB theater student, right, and did very well. He's grown up. Now no longer a scrawny little boy, nice, well-built young man. But that never happened. So then I started to transfer the dream to the schools that I worked in. Kept dropping hint. Can it be Charlie and the Chocolate Factory this year? Can it be Charlie and the Chocolate Factory this year? That also didn't work out. But finally, last year, I remember this very clearly. I was in this room when Rekha, our vice principal, called me and says, Manju, hurry up. The exhibition was going on. The PYP exhibition was going on. And she said, Manju, can you come quickly? The drama teacher is here for the interview. So I ran, and I met Miss Aishwarya, who is now our drama teacher. And when we had the interview with her, and subsequently she joined us, I knew even back then this dream would come true. And so the adaptation of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, because it has to be an adaptation, we don't have the rights to the play as such, the difficulty that she went through in putting this together, in writing the script under so many constraints, but what a beautiful job she did, right? So I would like to take this occasion to invite the artistic director of today's production, both the morning and the afternoon shows, Ms. Aishwarya Nathan, to the stage. Take a bow, Aishwarya, take a bow. So happy to have you. Best is yet to come. This is for Aishwarya. If you want to, you can stay for a minute more, because I'm going to talk a little bit about not just today's performance, but what having a drama teacher really does to us. The drama is not what you saw today, right? It is, what does drama do to you? What does theater education do to you? Is a lot more than what you see in a performance. It's day in and day out in the classrooms. And over the year, my teachers and I have been so proudly watching how our students have transformed because of you, Aishwarya. Their diction, the cadence of their speech, the way they throw their voice modulation, their presence, stage presence, spatial awareness, the whole process of what is involved in a drama is what you have taken them through. So that it's been very, very special gift for our children. And we are looking forward to another wonderful year with you. Yeah. Did you want to say something about the...
I just want to say every performance is part of the process. This is not the end product.
Yeah. So on that note, thank you. And you also noticed it was a musical. And what is a musical without music? We are so privileged to have two outstanding music teachers with us. Ms. Manira has been with us for some time now, and Ms. Shanti joined recently. Now, right through the rehearsals, I would go in and say, and I was very amused because even right now, our principal also asked me this question. I would go in and I say, are they really singing, or is there an audio clip along with the instrument? And then they would say, what are you talking about? They are singing. Were they not amazing? No prayer recording, no audio clips at the back. It was our students singing in unison. I mean, it was such a joy to see them do that. I wish I had a music teacher like this. Maybe I would not have turned out to be as tone deaf as I am. So this is a true, true privilege to the music directors, Ms. Manira and Ms. Shanti, wherever you are. So privileged to have you. Thank you. Now, the other two people who worked very closely with Ms. Aishwarya, our artistic director, are our visual arts teachers. See, all of the arts are so important. Don't ever let go of the arts. So the two visual arts teachers who were behind designing anything that has been designed, anything and everything, from the program to the stage props, everything was done by them. So the two visual arts teachers, Ms. Nitika Garg and Ms. Aparna Patil. A huge thank you to you. Now the rest of us in the teaching faculty, we were shepherded, herded, and made to work hard by one person who was our production manager. I don't know what to call her, production manager, production coordinator, event manager, whatever the name is, but that's that one person who stitched everything together. And without having that person who takes on the real difficult job of, making everybody do their work, something like this does not happen. And that's Ms. Roshni. Thank you so much. Ms. Roshni worked very closely with the AV team, Azhar, Dinesh, and the whole AV team. Thank you for always being there, supporting us. Thank you. Now, a word for the teachers, right? The real Oompa Loompas were the unseen heroes behind the scenes. And our teachers have worked so very hard. They were not seen, but they wanted to be seen. Some of them came in green hair today. Maybe we have time. Maybe we can have all the teachers. We have time. Or do we? No. We have very little time. Sorry. I take that back. We don't have the time, but no, our teachers have worked so very hard, doing so many things. If I start talking about it, it will take a long time. But I just want to extend my thank you to them. Parents, thank you for coming. Thank you for your support. I hope you enjoyed that. I know we keep stretching you also by bringing different things. This is the first musical that we are ever doing in the PYP, and I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you were very proud of your children. And now, last but not the least, our lovely, lovely students. Such stars they were. A huge round of applause for the PYP. Did I miss out anything? Anybody or anything? No? Did I miss out it? Parent volunteers. So not just the parents who are here. There are parent volunteers who are waiting in the holding rooms, taking care of the children, helping us with the makeup and so on. And a huge round of applause for them also. Did I do okay? All right. Thank you all. Thank you. The show has come to an end.
Oompa Loompa, look at me.